Hello there, and welcome to another video by Bake Tutors. And in this video, all we want to do is show you what happens from the moment you apply to become a Bake Tutor and what you should do once that approval has come through. So in this instance, you will be familiar with this page if you have completed your Bake Tutor request and sign up, and you're probably at this point waiting for confirmation. So what we've done now, I have requested this confirmation for this account, and I'm just going to, I think it's already been approved. Let me just double check that real quick. There we go. Yep, I believe that is the case. It's now been approved, hence we can go ahead and see exactly what would happen. So the assumption is that you have also received your approval, and if you have, then all that should happen now, if you visit your account, you should now have the option to switch to the teacher profile, which is what we see here. All right, so we simply switch on, and you would have received an email, by the way, notifying you of the approval. So you should just be able to come back into the account and log in. Now, when you log in, you will notice very quickly it's telling you here to complete your profile, and you will notice these two, notification marks. So these are things that need to be completed. So it means that even though you are now approved as a Bake Tutor, your profile is not showing up on the front of site, because until this profile is completed at least 80%, you will not show up on the front of site. So let's quickly walk through the process to see what you need to do. Let's start with the account settings. So these are the parts that need to be, filled out. Some of these are pre-populated from what you had filled initially at the point of, sending off your request. So here we're just going to go on with BT test still, which is just a name we're using for the purpose of this video. Some of these will be pre-populated from your previous parts, so it's just to tweak the details that are left. Please ensure that every part that's asterisked is filled, otherwise you won't be able to complete the process. All right, we'll still stick with United Kingdom here. All of these are there from before, so that's fine. Now, lesson buffer time refers to the time between when a person books and when they can take a session. Immediate will mean that if I come on your account now and you're available right now, I could book a session with you right now. We don't advise that because you probably won't have time to prepare for it. So the minimum time you should leave should be at least 12. Sometimes, depending on how much time, late time or prep time you require, you might want to keep to 24 hours. For this purpose, I'll just go with 12. And then language is default English, and yeah. Now this part here, enable trial lessons. This is a 15-minute session where a tutor or a learner could basically book with you for free to speak with you and understand you a bit and say, okay, would this be a good tutor for me or not? And then where they could literally ask specific questions about what they want to learn and be able to confirm that you can actually teach them. We always advise having it because tutors that have it naturally get a lot more bookings. That's what we've noticed. So 100% I recommend having it on, and all that means is they can book 15 minutes with you. That wouldn't cost you anything. If you know you're going to charge someone, £100 later, why not give them 15 minutes, to get them to that point. So we save this and we move on to the next. This was already there before, so you can leave that as is. There's probably not much else you want to do. The biography is what was there before. This is a test account. We're just going to leave it as that. We're going to still save and move on to the next. You've already pre-selected these anyway. These are categories you selected before, and language has been English as well, so nothing to worry about there. We save and move on still. Now, the three that you selected in your categories, if you need to adjust that, you can always come back and do that, but we move on to prices, which is important. Now here you want to just notice these are the courses you selected in categories that you want to teach. And then hourly rate, this is your hourly price. And then of course it just automatically populates along the line for how long the sessions are. Now do note that your hourly rate will be automatically populated by itself. So if I say £20 per hour is what you charge for cookie making, and for bread making, maybe because of the intensity or the ingredients you need, this is going to be a £30 per hour session. And then you also say, oh, business of baking is very complicated. You say this is £50 per hour. These are all just figurative, figures I'm putting out there. It's generic, nothing specific. You can totally set whatever works for you. Now, you want to then set the timings for your sessions. If you know your sessions can be any of these, you can let people book 30 minutes of a session with you. That means they're paying you £10. So, but if you know nothing you're teaching here can be taught in 30 minutes, you can simply, select these ones and say, yeah, if you want to have business of baking with me and you want to book, a 2 hour session, then go for that. That's what you will pay. This will basically be options for people to select from. There are people I know, tutors, who don't even have these two options at all. They say there's nothing they can teach you that falls within 30 or 45 minutes. So all their sessions are 60 minutes and above. You could do that as well. Or, I mean, I always advise just have everything, maybe not everything. If you don't think you can do anything in 30 minutes, then there's no point. But yeah, that's it. It's totally up to you what you choose to pick. For the purpose of this class, I'm going to stick to these three. And yeah, we're going to save, and that should be that done with pricing. The one thing left is skills, but yeah, we just click next. This is already experience. Yeah, this is already there anyway. You've put that there already, so we just go on to next. Now here, essentially, what level do you teach? Do you teach advanced? Are you at that level where you could teach advanced people, or you're just more intermediate or beginner? Whatever it is, I'd say, if depending on what level you're at, you can select 2 of them. You can select all 3. You can select just beginner if you're really a new baker and you just have like basic knowledge. Whatever works for you. Do you teach children? For this case, I wouldn't pick that. I'll just go with these 2. Totally up to you. And here as well, you want to, everybody is required to have curriculum anyway, so you will have curriculum either way. So select that. You don't have to select anything else, but yeah, if you want to, you can do that. For the sake of the video, we're gonna leave it at that. Let's save it and move on to the next thing. So pretty much we are done there. It's automatically going to move you to availability of your calendar. Now, please note that on your account settings, you haven't filled your payments. So this is where you want to put in your bank details. This is how you get paid. So take time to fill that in. If you want to change your passwords, you can do that here, but that's that with that. So this is where it's also very important that you fill your availability. Now this is all just days of the week, so Monday through to Saturday or Sunday through to Saturday, and you have the time starting there, at midnight and all the way to midnight in pockets of 1 hours each, so 30-minute sessions, so that's pretty much what you've got there. And all you want to do then is basically say what times you're available to teach. So we want to remove that. We're not teaching at midnight. So you could say on Sundays I'm only available for between 2. You want to just drag that down and say I'm available for 3 hours on Saturdays. On Sundays. That's what you got. And on Saturdays I can do anything from say let's do 10 and do it all the way till 5. And on Mondays, if you work and all that, whatever, just pick whatever time works for you. These are just random times I'm selecting here. So you pick what works for you. If you're just available 2 days a week, go ahead, book 2 days a week. That's it. But once you select the slots, be sure to save. And once you save, your profile is ready to go live. And once this is done, it now means your profile at this point will be available on the front of site. So if we go there now and just try to see any tutor, we should be able to find you. You will be the newest one there, and there we go. And it's blinking as though you're online right now. So if anyone was online, they'll see that you are there when you're on the system. So they can see your availability. You've got your introductory video, which you could just pop at any video in there, literally. Totally up to you. This was just one of the random ones we picked. And then yeah, people can view your profile from here. So it's important everything you put, you want to put as much detail about who you are, what you do, so that all of that shows up. But yeah, generally that's what your profile will look like, and this is how people book you. If they want to have a conversation with you, they will be able to do that. If you want to book a free trial, they'll be able to do that as well. And that is essentially how you set up your tutor profile. And it's only after you've done this, by the way, that you can then go on to every other thing, like listing your own courses. So if you have recorded sessions, you can list them from here. If you want to do group classes, You basically can come here and say you have a group coaching coming up, in 2 weeks time. You can select the number of seats. There are videos for all of those on our YouTube channel, so you could always refer to all of those videos that will guide you through how to set up each of those. But yeah, that's it on this video. If you need any further assistance, please reach out to us, whether on the chat on the website or through our email, contact@baketutors.com. And yeah, or even leave a comment here in the video in the chat section, and we would be happy to help. Otherwise, you take care and happy baking.